Welcome back to the NBA 2K10 association with the Portland Trail Blazers. We have some expiring contracts as we head into the offseason. Steve Blake, Aldridge, Outlaw, Miller, Bayless, Yee, Bonner, and Tony Batiste. We did it on purpose. We got rid of a lot of money going into this offseason. And we had a lot of people on expiring contracts, which we wanted. So we will have to sign Aldridge. He's not going anywhere. He's only 24 years of age, about to be in the prime of his career, and he's going to be an absolute star for us. When it comes to Mike Miller, I would love to keep his shooting around, but he's going to test free agency. It's his choice. He can do what he wants to do. When it comes to Travis Outlaw, 25 years of age, 6'9", great, I want to say a great defender, great versatility, but he's going to test free agency as well. Steve Blake, I would love him to come back to be our backup point guard. He doesn't know that, but that's the plan. But he will also test free agency. LeBron James, his contract is expiring, but at the last minute, at the 11th hour, they are going to end up keeping LeBron James. He did not exercise his player option. I guess he wanted a new long-term deal, and he got it. The Lakers are in the lottery, so are the Pacers, the Clippers. Bosh is sticking with Toronto. Dwayne Wade is sticking with Miami. The top 5 teams are Memphis, Minnesota, Charlotte Bobcats, Sacramento Kings, and those Philadelphia 76ers. Before the draft, we will make a trade. Webster we are going to send to Phoenix. We're going to get Dragic. Hopefully, we can get him. We will get him because we're going to give up 2 second-round picks and receive a second-round pick from them in exchange. That's going to give us a little bit more room under the cap, because if we can't get a star player to go along with our star players, try to create like a big 3, then why not try to get some depth? And I don't think the draft is the best way to do that, but we're going to see how things play out for our team and our situation, because I do think we are probably one piece away, a couple of pieces away on the bench from being a true contender. So House is the first pick in the draft. He's a shooting guard, 82 overall. Forte is the second pick, shooting guard, 80 overall. Now we're getting to where we're going to have our first pick, which is pick number 15. Billy Ryan is the first center to go. And I'm looking at centers because, again, in this game, post scoring for me is not that great. 2K8. And then modern day 2Ks, I'm pretty good in the post. This game, not so much when it comes to post scoring. So I need guys that can slash to the rim and paint protectors who are bigs. Aldridge is different. He can hit that midi. He's kind of an outlier. But for the most part, I'm not scoring too much in the post. Even with him, a lot of times he's slashing to the hoop, like I said, or pulling up for mid-range or a little driving kick action to the midi, not to the 3, obviously. So we could go with a small forward. We are slated in the mid to late first rounds, but there was a lottery pick out there, somebody that was projected to go in the lottery who did not go, who falls to us, and that is Big Emmanuel Dupin. So why not? His NBA comparison is Tyson Chandler. That's perfect to go along with Greg Oden. Have 2 guys that command the paint. That would be a good look for us. Then Patrick Stinson. He, second round, B overall in the draft. That's not bad. I'm going to take a chance on him. Now it's time for free agency. The top free agent is Joe Johnson. And yes, I was thinking about signing him to be our starting small forward, and then move Batum to the bench. But Outlaw's still out there, obviously. Amari Stoudemire, I was like, yo, we could have him and Aldridge be in the paint, move Greg Oden to the bench, and then have him and Dupin come off of the bench to just be those paint protectors. But I was like, I don't know. I think point guard is more important, and we're going to go with the best point guard available. That's TJ Ford. We're going to try to sweeten the deal so that he will come to town. And these are the guys that we're going after so far. Outlaw, Ford, Miller, and Al Harrington. Hopefully we can get these guys because the bench is going to be a need. But Mike Miller's going to take his talents to Oklahoma City to play for the Thunder. So now there's a need for a 3-point specialist, and that's Anthony Morrow, Warrior from way back in the day, from when Steph Curry was, I believe, a rookie, or maybe the year right before that. He was on the Warriors, and yeah, he is a definite, he's a sniper for sure. So Outlaw has confirmed what I do not know. Jared Bayless, he's going to get $22.5 million for 5 years for Timberwolves. Y'all can have him. I'm not going to match that offer. And then when it comes to Outlaw, you can see the Outlaw did re-sign with us. So now Mike Miller losing him is not that significant because now we can have Outlaw start and Batum come off of the bench would be ideal for us. When it comes to Al Harrington, he could be a starter anywhere but here. So that's not going to be a selling point for him. So we're going to try to swing the deal by giving him a 4-year deal. And hopefully that works. If it doesn't, then so be it. We don't necessarily need him because Outlaw Batum could play power forward for us if need be. And then Al Harrington does end up signing with the Cavaliers. Again, not mad at that. Then you got Joe Johnson signing with the Pistons. Rudy Gay, he's going to end up signing with those Chicago Bulls. So free agency is starting to, wind down. So now we're just waiting on TJ Ford. What is he going to do? And we're still waiting. And TJ Ford has decided to sign with us. And again, I think he's going to be the playmaker that we need. I love having 2 playmakers on the floor at all times. Rudy Fernandez, he could be a playmaker. Obviously, Brandon Roy could be a playmaker. But now we got TJ Ford being a playmaker. And we got Dragic to be a playmaker as well. So I think our bench improved. I think our offense improved. I think down low, our defense has improved. Perimeter defense, not so much. Steve Blake was a little bit of a defensive liability out there. I think TJ Ford might be that as well when we go up against the top flight point guards in the league. But at the end of the day, I do think our roster did improve, and hopefully we can have a deep run in the playoffs and hopefully be a championship contender. Again, perimeter defense at the point guard spot might be a little bit shaky. I think Brandon Roy is a capable defender, but not a great defender, obviously. Batum, Outlaw, those are probably going to be our staples on the wings as far as defense is concerned. But then inside, I love what Emmanuel can give us, and obviously big Greg Oden. I love what he can give us at the defensive front as well. And if we have to make a trade, then we got to make a trade. Because Batum and Outlaw right now aren't the best shooters, and I would love for those guys, that spot, that wing position, that 3, to be able to knock down the 3 a little bit more consistently than they can. So we'll see what happens there. So we did offer Yee a contract. It's not going to work out. He's going to reject that deal. So I'm going to just have the computer sign somebody for the league minimum just to be a true backup small forward, power forward, most likely power forward and small forward. That's kind of what we need. And that person will be none other than ex-Warrior first-round pick, I believe, number 1 pick in the draft, Mr. Joe Smith. I got it right the first time. Joe Smith. So he will be on the bench. He's probably not going to get too much playing time. And yeah. So now time for training camp. And in training camp, we only had 25 points because we didn't play too many games. And yeah, that sucks. So I'm thinking about all that we can do. And that is, nothing much. So I figure athleticism would probably be the best bet for us. I was thinking about Greg Oden, and then I kind of hesitated because he's kind of where I want him to be already. I really don't need him to get any better for what I want him to do on this team. And then Stinson, I'm like, yeah, as a small forward, his athleticism should be a C+. But then if I could get Emmanuel Dupin's, if I can get his athleticism a little bit higher, I think that's going to be phenomenal. 72 overall already as an incoming rookie. And he's going to be backing up Greg Oden. He might take that spot away from Greg Oden. I would love Greg Oden to be on the roster. I believe he's headed into maybe his last year of his contract. And if it doesn't work out there, it doesn't work out there. Because all I want from my center is to be a paint protector. Aldridge obviously is different because he can shoot that mid-range jumper and dunk almost anybody. And I feel like Dupin and Oden can dunk over nearly anybody as well because they're so flipping big. So +5 for vertical and speed for him. We end up going 3-4 in the preseason, but it's preseason. I don't care. Our first game will be versus Utah. Be on the lookout for that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hope this is the best of your day. Peace, love. Hot sauce.